Okay, folks, we're going to go a little bit off topic here. I'm over at the WSO. I watch these guys all the time. They're looking up, right? We may not all see the same thing, but if you keep looking up, you're going to figure something out. It's going to come to you. You don't choose it, it chooses you. So these people that are looking up, that everybody's trying to don't like or disbunk, at least they are looking up, which is just a fraction of the population on this planet. Most people are looking at their smartphones, right? Their computer screens, but very few are looking up. So I'm on board with them. And there's something obviously going on there, and I appreciate those who are being the watchers on the wall for us. I use Stellarium. They use all kind of programs. Eventually, somebody's going to figure something out. We put our noggins together. We'll each get a piece of the puzzle. So it occurred to me today, because they've been doing the Planet X, Second Sun, Nibiru, these lights that are in the west when the sun is setting, and then in the east at the same time. And it occurred to me, I made this comment on this video, okay, bear with me. What if there has always been two suns directly opposite each other? We see a different sun every day without knowing it. We see the same sun every other day. We think it's one sun, two suns and one moon. Then the tsunami hit the South Pacific. It tilted the earth, slowed its rotation just enough that it is now very slowly spiraling in such a way that we would see them traveling together rather than opposite. And the man who would be king with Sean Connery, Rudyard Kipling asked Michael Caine, "Are you a traveling man?" He replied, "Yes, I am," being that's a Freemason. The moon is the traveler, by the way. A Freemason. Two men on a horse is their symbol, and they travel with their travelers with the moon. They do moon magic, and there are two men on a horse, and one of them wants to be king, a fake king. So this history, this his story, and that makes sense about the two brothers, and Gemini, and that being an air sign, a heavenly sign, and one cast out. And how come we're seeing two, not one? And the moon spins independently. But they've been opposite each other. It's been there the whole time. We're told it's two suns. We're lied to about everything about this place we're at. But this would make perfect sense to me. And and it's balanced when they're opposite each other. But when you get two on the same side, it's going to throw the whole earth off. And that's why we're feeling the effects of the change. So it's like the magnets are off. It's trying to reset itself, which would make sense too at the changing of the ages. And that's how it's done. And that's why it happens instantly, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. Boom! It'll just snap back like a rubber band. You can only stretch it so far. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. It's kind of like we've been told all of this. I'm throwing this out there. And maybe those are some of the reflections and things that we're seeing, are the reflections off of another light source onto the dome, or the ceiling, or the firmament, or the heavens, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm going to throw that one out there. Like, I'm eyeball Earth, right? Eyeball Earth incorporates the dome, the concave, the flat, the round. The North Pole is the eye, where the pupil goes in the eye. And then you can't go to the South Pole because that's the ganglia that connects to the back of the brain. We live in the eye of a blue-eyed giant, which is really the oldest creation story I've ever heard, that I've dug up. And I pretty much dug into a lot of creation stories around the world, and that one was like, well, when I heard it, I was like, well, that's really out there. You know what I mean? And until all of this new information starts coming out, this incorporates everybody's theories. It is flat, it is concaved, it's walled, it's domed, it's enclosed. You can't go to the North Pole as a hole, it's hollow earth, and you can't go to the South Pole, because you would be able to see what in the mind of God, in the back of the brain. You'll be able to see there's a lens in there and everything is upside down. We've always been told the eye is the most fascinating of all the organs of the body. It's the most complicated, and there are verses in many different religious books or scriptures that talk about the eye, especially in Egypt. And myself, I remember coming into this body through the eye, from the sun on a ray of light into this body. So I know the eyes are just not the window to the soul. It is the window to get into the body. It's the windows, period. Does that make it the operating system, what we see? A blind man knows much, sees what we cannot see. A blind man hears with his eyes and sees with his ears. Okay, there's my take on, of course, you know I don't buy into the Nibiru story, because to me, Nibiru is Jupiter. That happened a long time ago. Nibiru's not coming. Nibiru is leaving. Thank goodness. I think we'll all be grateful when the Jupiterians are no longer in control. And they've got you demonized. Saturn aliens are next, but they're not the ones you told they are. The Saturn alien group out there right now is a hijack group from the Jupiterians. You know, kind of like what's going on in politics. But get ready. There's more than one trump card to be played. It was played on one level in this fractal. It will be played on the others as well. So, and then we've been told Trump is a twin. There's that two sons, two brothers again. Let's go find out, huh? Did I do Trump's chart? Wasn't he a Gemini? I think he was. They use Western astrology, though, so they tried to make him a different sign. But using the correct astrology that you see in the sky, what's really going on right now, yeah, this is just getting more fascinating by the day. While I'm here, I might as well show you my favorite thing. I watch them all the time. It's Great Dane's indoor puppy room. They're sleeping right now. But it's live cams all in. Explore dogs. These are service dogs they're raising up. So you get to see them from the nursery, outside, in the arenas, even mommy dog. But I like to come over here. I put this on for my dog if I have to leave, and just let her hang out with these guys. And there's all kind of live webcams everywhere that I like to watch. I watch all kind of live webcams. All right, people. Two signs. Yeah, think about it. Tell me what you think. Throw me some bones, some comments, and let it swirl around in your brain for a minute and just think about it. And then at the same time, think about things like chemistry, electrons, protons, neutrons. If everything is alchemy, then our sun is like a single cell. Is it a hydrogen cell? Is it an oxygen cell? On the atomic level, you know, what is it? How many protons and neutrons and electrons? You know, the planets and their moons and these gaseous giants, they all play a part in that, whether they're positively charged or negatively charged or neutral. And we should be able to determine what element, so to speak, this solar system is, this atom that we live on and rotate around every day. Okay, am I going too far now? This is the kind of stuff that goes on in my brain. So I think about things. So think about what I said and tell me what you think. Let's just think. And then do that that random act of kindness every day and bank up your karma. And just be kind anyway, not just to bank karma, just to become who you always wanted to be.